And the Thunder, the second youngest NBA champion ever, Shams.
You know, BA, sometimes I feel like you can't say enough about the job the Oklahoma City Thunder and that front office has done. Just absolutely remarkable. In that 12-man rotation last year, 5 second-round picks and 3 undrafted players. It's headlined by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, and J-Dub, a.k.a. Jalen Williams. But they've uncovered some real diamonds in the rough in Oklahoma City.
Well, they've done a great job acquiring those picks, acquiring players, and maybe most importantly, developing the players they have.
And BA, what's scary is they've got their big three signed through the remainder of the decade, and they've got dozens upon dozens of draft picks, second round picks, and pick swaps. They can keep contending for years to come.
A look at the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 2 big bodies inside with Holmgren and Hartenstein in the middle. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2, and it's Williams in at the small forward position. Now here's Daniels. 4-3. Drops in the 3. And with picks 2 and 3 in this year's draft, Shams, we saw the Spurs and the Sixers add to already crowded backcourt rotations.
The draft is really a talent grab, so you have to go for the best available. But we saw in the finals the value of having multiple guys who can play with the ball in their hands, spread the floor, do multiple things on the court, and the competitiveness is a big part of this. The ability to play both ends is a big part of this. So all of those traits increasingly important to win in today's NBA.
Talk about a fast start. 4 for 4 right out of the gate.
And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout, a moment to rest and confer on the game plan. shot in as many attempts.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
And even as the NBA enters the first year of its lucrative new broadcasting deal, Shams, still plenty of fixation on the ratings.
Yeah, BA, and we've heard directly from the league that it's part of the culture of the NBA to be self-critical. I mean, you look at the growth of the NBA year over year, perhaps that restlessness is part of the reason why the league is thriving in a lot of ways. They're going to continue to find innovative ways, whether it's their TV deals, innovations in social media, innovations with other platforms to continue to get the NBA out there.
Well, one thing we know, they listen and they never stand still. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Trae Young is learning to become more of a threat when he's off the ball. He said at every level there's a different type of game. Now, knowing the NBA game, I'm more patient, understanding how the game is, how to control it from the beginning to the end, and how you need to win. Brian, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks for the report.
And how about Daniels going up high and getting acrobatic with the jam? Okay, young man, we see you.
And stolen by Porzingis. 51 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Young with the bucket.
Oh, he's on the attack, hitting 6 of his last 7.
Pass to Holmgren. Dort outside. Holmgren with a screen on Daniels. Rejected.
And his coach has to love that. That's great rim protection by Johnson.
Here's Young. Really played well against Orlando in his last game. Lets it go from deep. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
SGA passes to Holmgren. Here's Williams. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Atlanta on top. They lead by 18. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Hawks.
I must say, their defensive intensity has been impressive so far, really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
And I like how they've played defense, turning turnovers into points. Those are huge.
And you talk to front office insiders, they'll tell you depth is a necessity for a winning team, Shams.
With more parity, that comes more competition. And I'm told front office executives are continuing to scout players that they feel bring that competitive drive, that desire, that will to want to play and compete on a nightly basis, because these games this season gets long. It's not as frequent when you can just coast through games. You need some real horses to finish the race of the regular season.
Yeah, good point. And Oklahoma City, looking at who they've got. Wallace and Williams run the wings. Aaron Wiggins out there with Williams. And it's Caruso in the point guard. Nice shot by Kennard. And Williams has got the ball here for Oklahoma City. They trail by 18. First chance of the season for them to go up against Atlanta.
Last year, they battled to a stalemate, winning 1 game apiece.
And when you don't play that often, it can be hard to read an opponent. Sometimes that's the great equalizer.
Atlanta's gone 5 of 6 from three-point land so far. Kennard for 3. Knocks down the triple. Kennard's got 5 now. And for all the talk of parity and a different champion every year, Shams, the Thunder might have something to say about that.
They're going to have a lot to say about that, BA, because listen, it was a dominant title run last season, and with their entire core young and improving and all locked in through the remainder of this decade, and dozens of first round, second round, and draft swaps in their treasure chest, they will remain the favorites until further notice.
But again, we said that last year, so who knows? Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Risache, he's checked in for Krejci. Dyson Daniels comes in for Alexander Walker. And it's Young in for Kennard. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. And a quick check now on the teams that led the league from the charity stripe a year ago. Number 1, the Thunder.
Well, last year, they were tremendous at the line. A very fundamentally sound team shooting-wise.
And the Thunder making a change here. Holmgren's checked in. From behind the arc. And Atlanta hits again. And from deep. All right, chums, I got to ask you a personal question here. You know, screen time, that pops up on your cell phone. When your phone gives you that usage report, I assume that daily average is in double digits?
BA, I haven't looked. I don't want to look, to be honest. I'm clearly a power user, that's for sure. I think I would be ashamed of the screen time I have. Speaking of which, BA, do we have any outlets here at the desk here? Can I charge my phone right now? Wait, it's right here. Never mind. I got it, BA.
The Shams carbon footprint. It's impressive. We got to get our news, though. Steps back and fires. And another basket for Atlanta.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, they've gotten the matchup they want every time up the floor, and they have taken advantage of that.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Isaiah Hartenstein's checked in for Oklahoma City. Lou Dort comes in for Wallace. Got a piece of it. The three from Risache knocks down the long J. Risache's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Dort outside. Pass to Hartenstein. 5 on the clock. Nice ball movement by Oklahoma City. To halt the run, it's tipped. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Oklahoma City is not the biggest town, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said, quote, me personally, the market doesn't matter. I love the people in the organization and the people around me. And those are the things that matter. I go to work every single day with a smile on my face. BA, back to you.
A great organization. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. All right, Chums, we know you got to hop back on your phone in case you have to break any news. Thank you for being with us here tonight. Great stuff.
Happy to be here, BA. Thank you.
Well, that was fun having Shams sit in with us. I'll tell you what, if you're looking for the inside scoop, he's the guy.
So true. He's got his finger on the pulse of this entire league. If something's going down, you can count on him letting everybody know about it. The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Yeah, it's just time to settle everything down, get high percentage looks, and then D up.
Newell, perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Well, they're clicking on all cylinders right now, beginning to pull away.
I like their offensive approach. They've been aggressive but under control.
Holmgren finds Hartenstein. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren deciding where to go with it. Here's Hartenstein. The three-pointer off the mark. The three from Risacher. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
They've been the more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
I love their approach tonight. They are hitting at a really high percentage.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks building an insurmountable lead. Come on, they're up 38 points at the end of the quarter. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc. All those threes have this poised for a blowout. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm here with Coach Quinn Snyder, and Coach, you're getting stops in the first half. What do you attribute to that?
Well, we're playing hard, scrambling, picking up our effort, trying to be precise and disciplined and talk, and not resting on our laurels at any point.
Hopefully you can remain active on the defensive end in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule.
And taking a look at Oklahoma City, couldn't have had asked for a better start. I love the focus, and they're determined.
Come on, man. It's been 2 games. You can't judge anything by that.
All right, let's get to our featured game, where Trae Young has been having himself one heck of a night so far.
What's crystal clear so far? Ice Trae is one cool customer. See what I did there, Ernie?
Yeah, I do see what you did there, and I'm not impressed. Young has been scintillating, though, which means sparkling. Like ice. But hey, you knew that. For us, thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Trae Young.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
In this league, you've got to have moves and counter moves. Grant, your toolkit was pretty complete coming in.
Well, I tried to keep adding to it. It's like baseball. If they're struggling to hit your heater, that changeup will work even better.
Trae is flanked by Daniels in the backcourt. Johnson and Porzingis, they're inside. And it's Risacher in at the small forward position. So that's the Hawks 5. Young looking for an opening. Pass to Risacher. Puts up a 3. Drills it from deep. Risacher's gotten his third basket of the night.
So good off the catch. The defense has to guard Risacher better than this.
Now here's Hartenstein. And stolen by Porzingis. On the wing, Risacher. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. And here's Porzingis. Shoots over Hartenstein. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Young.
Nice job there by Young, picking that defense apart and finding openings for his teammates.
And Hartenstein gets it to go.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, getting a high percentage look right out of the locker room to start the second half. Exactly what they were looking for. I like the way they've established their offense to start the half. 3 straight makes.
Young against Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmgren. Atlanta with a rebound. And in the first year of a 5-year, $150 million extension, Jalen Johnson, a key player for his team moving forward, Legs.
And he's coming off that shoulder surgery, an injury which ended his season prematurely. And he's a lefty, so hopefully that won't be an issue going forward.
Let's not forget he's Milwaukee tough, too. Looking at the 2K leaderboard, here were the NBA's top dime droppers last year. Number 1, Trae Young.
It was a virtuoso performance. They ran the offense through him time and time again.
Holmgren finds Hartenstein. Oh, and Johnson with a block.
Well, he's a tough defender. Johnson pretty much good for at least one of those a game.
Lets a 3 fly, and Daniels with a 3. Daniels has got 11.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Inside. To stop the run, and Dort lays it in.
And clearly Dort knows how to operate inside, making his way to a high percentage shot.
The 3 from Rizachet, and Atlanta hits again from deep.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Young. Pass to Hartenstein. Holmgren outside. Here's SGA. Shot clock at 5. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And it's Holmgren missing.
Well, he has yet to put points on the board, and his team is hurting because of it.
Outside Young. A minute 29 left in the third. Pass to Rizachet. The 3 ball. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Wait, Tim.
Well, it's well-deserved when you... look at a championship team, and they are just getting started. You hate to use that D word, but when it's all said and done, they can run off a few of them.
And the bucket is good. Give him 8.
They have no answer defensively inside.
56 seconds left in the third quarter. The kick out to Johnson. The 3 is up. And the Hawks with another 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
43 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Young against SGA. Williams looking around. Now here's Dort. Pass to Hartenstein. And Porzingis with the block.
They're protecting the rim. Porzingis, one of the best in the league at that.
Young against SGA. Young attacking. Here's Daniels. Another 3 for Atlanta.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
They have found a weakness in the defense, and it's on their ability to defend the three-point line.
And so it's Atlanta, and they're up an insane amount going into the break. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We'll be back in a moment. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And Oklahoma City, looking at who they've got, Wallace and Williams run the wings. Williams is out there with Aaron Wiggins, and it's Caruso in at the point. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. We've had the in-season tournament for a few years now, Grant. What's your opinion on it?
You know, BA, I think it's working out pretty well. I mean, the NBA Cup, it's drawing increased fan interest, and the players are invested. So what's not to like about it?
No good from the wing. They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like, BA, they haven't stopped pressing the issue.
Here's Alexander Walker. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. Kennard on the double team. Oh, it's stolen. And a fast break now for Atlanta. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
All it takes is a half second of carelessness, and someone will be rocking the rim going the other way.
Pass to Wiggins. Wallace outside. Shot clock at 6. Back to Williams. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it. Gay's checked in for Atlanta. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Isaiah Hartenstein's checked in for Williams. Chet Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Lou Dort, he's checked in for Wallace. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Caruso. Kennard for 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
It's a great game plan, and it's great execution. They've really been in the zone.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And founded back in 2020, the National Basketball Social Justice Coalition still pushing for voting rights and eliminating bias in the justice system. A lot yet to be done, Grant.
Yes, indeed, BA. And give them a follow. I mean, it's so much important work, and it takes all of us to really create the change we all hope to see.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Kennard with the rebound.
Well, give the defender credit. Sometimes it's enough to force the miss.
Three-pointer. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, they've gotten the matchup they want every time up the floor, and they have taken advantage of that.
To the paint. Here's Holmgren. Shot's good. SGA making the play.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts. Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Their offense is cooking right now, and that's because the execution has been there.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Alexander Walker grabs the board. On offense, here are the Hawks. They're on a 14-4 run.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Hawks.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, BA, just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And this one concludes with their second victory of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Trae Young.
Yeah, no doubt. He was the most impactful player for their offense tonight.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
Pass to Williams. Now here's Dort, tightly guarded. Alexander Walker grabs a board. On offense, here are the Hawks. They're on an 18-4 run. Here's Krejci. Counted from distance.
You can feel the excitement in this arena. These guys have done one heck of a job.
What a great performance. They have given the fans their money's worth.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. So we see the Hawks taking the W here. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous
Trae, this is a young team. Talk about the chemistry and the connection and how you play together.
You're around us outside of the locker room, but you can tell why we support each other so well and the energy we have for each other on the court. You can tell the reason why we do that. And I love this group.
The connection is there on and off the court. Guys?
All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Trae Young.